Hello and welcome to Raven's Arcana. I am Raven. Thanks for being here. What's going on? It's time for the weekly tarot spread. It's going to be from Sunday, January 19th until Saturday, January 25th. All right, it's going to be for all signs. And let's get down to it. All righty. Just a couple shuffles here. Cut. And let us begin. So we begin with the Six of Cups upright. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And then the Two of Wands reversed. So starting out with three reversals here. All right. So the need to go back to old times, the Six of Cups, nostalgia, and to manifest something new. So you're looking at manifesting a new goal, and you're having a little bit of trouble here. You're having a little bit of trouble in kind of seeing that goal. So you want to manifest, you want to go back to old times, but you're having a little bit of trouble here with your vision of how to attain that goal, right? How to reach whatever you're trying to manifest at this time. Now, the Six of Cups, the need to go back to the good old days, the good old times, or remember those. I'm thinking that you need to remember kind of what makes you tick, right? We have the wands here with the passion, and you're looking for something. You're looking for, I'm feeling some inspiration, and lacking a little bit of inspiration to reach whatever goal you're trying to manifest. Let's go below the surface here and kind of see where that takes us. Yeah, definitely have some kind of blockage. Maybe you're stuck in the old times, remembering things, trying to recreate moments, trying to recreate events isn't always the right way, but having those memories there and remembering what inspired you, remembering what made you feel a certain way is always important, right? Memories are important. And you remember kind of where you were at that point, and I think you're trying to get back to that place where you had that fulfillment. But once again, it's just you're lacking the inspiration that comes along with that memory or that time or event. Now below the surface, we have Temperance upright. We have the Star upright. And then we have the Five of Swords. So this is a very emotional time. You see the water with Temperance. You see the water with the Star. You kind of have, with the Star I'm seeing here, your foot in both worlds. I think you want to do something on an individual level, but you're kind of caught in the, I'm feeling in the rat race, right? You're kind of caught up with the rest of humanity with your daily routine. And, you're looking for the energy of the Star, right? You're looking for that kind of internal revolution. You're trying to make that change. You're trying to go back to the old times where you felt a certain way. There's a lot of water involved here. So this does revolve around emotions. Now, with Temperance, you need to be patient. You don't need to make any quick moves. Otherwise, with the Five of Swords, there's going to be, I'm seeing this as inner conflict. So you're having trouble wrapping your mind around the steps you need to take to get back to that feeling of fulfillment, that emotional, I hear solitude. I hear you might need to kind of separate from humanity a little bit, meaning don't go in and this is not the time to be around other people, to bounce ideas off people, to look for support for ideas. This is something you're going to have to do internally. You're in a situation here where you're a little bit stressed. You have anxiety because you have something in your mind that you want to do. There's just no clear vision for it. And you have to be patient. You have to remove yourself from large groups, meaning the times of, once again, being with other people, looking for support. This is not the time. This is something you're going to have to do on your own, right? And the Star has one foot in both worlds, meaning you are a part of the collective, but you're also part of the individual, right? You have to manage your physical, your mental, your emotional, your creative self. And you have to get all that back into line and have that balance that the star has, right? 1 foot over here and 1 foot over here. You're maintaining that balance. You're maintaining the balance of the individual even when you're interacting with the collective. And I think that's where the problem's coming. You're losing a little bit of your individuality when you get around other people. So you might not have a lot of input right now. You might just be kind of going with the flow, right? We're talking about water moving. You're kind of just going with the flow here, and you're losing a little bit of your creativity, your input, your individuality when you're with the collective. And that's creating a little bit of stress here. You're worried about losing yourself in the whole mix and the whole rat race, like I said. Let's go above the surface and see if we can get a little bit more information. And I do think you are a person that, like I said, remembering the old times. This could be a situation where you're at a job or with a group of people, and you might have always been this person that's very lively, very vibrant, full of ideas, full of emotion, and kind of the leader. And you've taken a step back here for whatever reason, and you've removed yourself. And when we're talking about the star, the star with that Aquarius energy, you have to, if you're going to change things in the collective, you have to change things first, internally, as the individual. And I think you're trying to search through your memories to go back and find that portion, that part of yourself that was whole and was completely balanced here, that could be an individual and be part of the collective, not lose any of your essence, let's say. And once again, it's causing some little bit of stress and anxiety. You're worried about you're just going to get caught up and it's just going to be a mundane routine. And you don't want to have that happen. I don't think anyone really wants to have that happen. You want to maintain your essence, the essence of your being, and all the aspects of yourself, and use those and inspire other people and collaborate. But you got to kind of separate out and and figure out who you are. All of us go through cycles. All of us go through changes. And we have to adapt. We have to be malleable to those changes when those cycles end and begin, and find ourselves actually each time, rediscover ourselves. So above the surface, we have the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is upright. We have the King of Cups upright. And then we have the Hanged Man reversed. So the Eight of Wands is definitely passion, but that's action. So you're taking quick action. You're trying to find, you're in search of your passion, the thing that drives you, your essence. And that passion doesn't have to be only wands, right? It's always, all the elements are related within you. So you're looking for that action, meaning you need to figure out who you are. And when I say passion, I mean your essence, everything that drives every part of you. Now, with the King of Chalices, or the King of Cups being upright here, that's going to be Aquarius energy again. So you have to find a way for you to make that change. So 8 is a change number. You have to change, like I said, be malleable to your environment. And when you get around other people, you have to be able to adapt, but you have to keep your essence. And the view from the very top here with the Hanged Man being reversed, that is, spirituality. That's the Pisces energy. That's the Neptune energy. And you are definitely a creative person. You're definitely someone that shares their ideas, shares their knowledge, their wisdom with other people. You're a spiritual person. But this being reversed means you need to get back to that. This is all about finding your individuality, your spiritual individuality, so you can share it, so you can be part of the collective, but maintain. And I think you're a little scared here that you're losing yourself in the mix once again. Let's close this out. with the final 3 cards of the spread. See if we can get a little bit of an intuitive message on exactly what needs to happen here for you to have a little bit of, to discover that new self, that new you within this new cycle. The King of Wands is upright. The Nine of Cups is going to be reversed. And the Three of Pentacles is going to be reversed. So the Three of Pentacles being reversed immediately tells me this is not something that you can lean on other people for. This is not something that you're going to, hey, talk to someone. What did you do when you were in a situation like this? This is all on you. This is something you're going to have to go inside and be the hanged man, right? And get into that pose and figure out spiritually what makes you tick within this new cycle. The Nine of Cups, the fruition, the emotion, it's not happening. You don't have an emotional control or a mental control with the Five of Swords over really any of this situation. I think you've taken a step back and have allowed yourself to just, like we said, go with the flow. So you were just kind of maintaining. This is maintenance. This is just mundane routine where you're distracting yourself and, you wake up, you eat breakfast, you work out, whatever your routine is, go to work, come home, make dinner or eat dinner, hang out a little bit, go to sleep, right? I think you're regimenting yourself too much. You're not allowing for those creative juices to flow with the King of Wands here. So that Leo energy, that spark, that divine passion needs to come out, right? And this is a signal of that. So you need to have that fire that drives you, right? That leader, that passion. You're the King of Wands, but you haven't really been able to go inside and figure out who you are right now. And I know I keep repeating that, but this is what this is all about. You have allowed yourself to just adapt so much that a lot of your essence is being left behind, right? So if you're the person that makes people laugh at work, you're the person that tells jokes to split up the, I've said mundane a couple times of work, right? A lot of us go to jobs and it's a means to an end, right? We just want to get that money so we can pay our bills. And then that, if you don't have any goals, if you don't have any investments, if you're not trying to elevate yourself within that certain position or start your own, side project or job or career, or you have a goal of paying off your house or your cars or your credit cards, I think that you've lost it in the sense of you just don't really, you're not looking at the big picture. You're working through each day and you don't have a big picture goal. And going back to the initial spread with that manifestation, you have goals in mind and you've had them the whole time when you've been in this situation. But there's really been no progress. There's really been no vision of that goal anymore. You don't look ahead. You don't say, hey, I got to put the work in today, tomorrow, the next day to get there. You're just trying to get through a day so you can have some quiet to yourself. So you can just cross that off your list. Well, you're not putting things in your bucket to fill that bucket up or fill your cup up where you have that fulfillment. So while you do have to set routines for yourself and you do have to go through every day and cross things off a list, right? Like if you're investing money, if you're investing time, if you're working out, you're trying to get to a goal, you need to take the little steps, the baby steps, the little battles to win the war. But you have no focus right now. And I think it's scaring you. And I think it's scaring you to the point of maybe you don't think you're going to reach your goals. You have a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of stress. You're losing part of yourself. And it's not lost. When I say you're losing your essence, I mean that you're losing your ability to express your essence. To be that leader. To be that person that consoles, that supports, or that makes people laugh. or that shares their ideas, or that it just brings that Leo spark to the party. And by the party, I mean any situation you're in when you're with the collective, when you're with everybody else in that Aquarian situation. So when you do have time, when you do work through that day, because we all have to do it, we all have to cross things off our list. When you have the time, make sure that time at this point is not distraction, is not just trying to get to, okay, it's time to go to bed so I can start all over. Take some time for yourself. Think about your goals. Think about where you want to be in the future. And definitely think about where you want to be tomorrow and the next day. So it's not just crossing something off the list and every day is the same. Make little strides, make little baby steps, and set little goals for yourself, not just to get through, but to have small victories. Little tiny victories are okay. As long as you have that forward motion and you get out of this stagnation and stop turning it in on yourself where you have stress and anxiety, set goals and set daily goals. This would be the time to get out the calendar and say, by the end of this week, I want to be here. By the end of the month, I want to be here. Not just, 19th is crossed off, 20th is crossed off, going here. You need to achieve instead of just maintain, right? You don't need to take one step forward just to move into the next day. You need to take 2 steps forward because you're going to gain momentum. And then maybe the next day you take 3. Anyway, this is a time where you have to balance out interaction. Interaction with yourself, interaction with the collective, with the tribe, with your group, with humanity. Try to look for that balance. Try to be more expressive. And this is all around emotion. And emotions are turning in as well as the mental anguish aspect of this. But you're an emotional person. You love to have that passion about everything. You like to have a say about everything. You like to have input. You like to share your ideas. You like to share your kindness with people. You like to see people laugh. You like to hug and console people when they cry. And I think you're just like, I don't have time for that. Like, I have to just get through this day. I don't have time to expend any of my energy because my energy is so low. So find your energy. Find those little moments where you can set little goals for yourself. Or find those little moments where you have an outlet, where you do need to share a little bit of your energy. And we all know the way energy works. When you give energy, you receive energy. But this is stuff you're going to have to figure out on your own. This is not something that someone's going to come save you. All right. Well, I think we got some work to do for this week. Wanted to thank you so much for your time. Thanks for sticking around for the reading. If you dig it, please give it a like. If you like what we're doing here on the channel, by all means subscribe. Leave any questions or comments. We'll get to them ASAP. And have a wonderful week. All right. Take care.